All right, so you want to know if I could only have one smoker, what would it be, right? Well, let's go to the store, check out the 3 smokers that I have, and talk about those smokers. First, let's go pick up my son from school, and then I got to take him bowling, and then me and him will head to the store and check those out. All right, so the other day I was thinking, if I could only choose one smoker, what would it be? And I started to compare the 3 that I have, which is the Oklahoma Joe's Bronco, the Longhorn, the Oklahoma Joe's Longhorn reverse flow, and the Oklahoma Joe's Rider DLX 900. And so I started comparing the likes and dislikes of these 3 smokers and what I would like and which of the ones would work best for me. And I came up with my answer. Oh, hold on. School's out. Give me 1 sec. How was your day today, buddy? It was great. Did you learn all the things today? Take a test today? Yeah?
I think so.
Took a test? That's cool.
Yeah.
Alright. You ready to go bowling here in a second?
Yes.
Yeah? Alright. Go get some food first. Hungry? Yeah. You want to tell them what grade you're in? What grade are you in? Second grade? My big old second grader back there. Yeah, I need a 6-piece Happy Meal. There you go. Yes. Back to where we were. After I thought about my likes and dislikes of each smoker, I finally came up with my answer that this is not a video of you just bought you're buying your first smoker, which one should you choose video. That's not this video. This is a video of if I could only have one for me, what I would choose. Everybody's at a different point in their life. Everybody has different wants and different needs. And so that is why, you know, your first smoker depends on that. And the reason why I would choose the smoker that I would choose. Here in a minute, actually right now, me and AJ's pulling in the parking lot for some bowling. He's got to get his bowling done for the week. And then me and him's going to take you to the store. We're going to look at each smoker that I have in my backyard. We're going to break down my likes and dislikes about each one of them. And then I'll let you know which one I would choose if I could only have one. All right, so we finished up bowling and headed to the store, and then I remembered that it was Wednesday. We didn't have time to go to the store and get home for AJ to study for his test and for us to eat and all of that stuff before heading to church. And we actually just got back to the church, and I had a few minutes that I wanted to try to finish this up for you and explain, even though I can't go to the store and get some footage of the brand new smokers. Let's go ahead and break down these smokers. Now, I said I've got the 3. It's the Bronco, the Longhorn, and the Rider DLX, like I said. So I'm going to break these down in order of when I got them and in order of these 3 smokers of me receiving them. First up is the Bronco, and what I love about the Bronco is its ease of use. I mean, this thing is just so easy to smoke on. It's not difficult at all. It's absolutely super simple. It's just, that's all there is to it. Just super simple to smoke on. It can produce really good smoke flavor, good clean smoke flavor. I've got a video going to be coming out pretty soon breaking down how to get good smoke flavor on the Bronco. So if you're interested in that and haven't subscribed to the channel, go ahead and subscribe and hit that bell so you don't miss that one. Now, the Bronco is number 2. Out of the 3, it is number 2 in smoke flavor quality. Out of the 3, it is the most steady in temperatures to run. It can smoke and it can grill, so you can do both on it. That's another great feature. my dislikes: cooking space. I don't have the Pro, I have just the regular Bronco, and it is lacking in space to cook on. So it can do a brisket, and it can probably do 2 butts on there at a time, and a couple racks of ribs on the grate, and you can hang a bunch of racks of ribs, but there's still that limited grate space. So that is a downfall for me. You're kind of really stuck with when the wood catches in it. So, you know, you don't get to add your wood flavor as you go, like an offset. You have to put all that in prior, get it set up, light it from one side, let it run to the other, and as it catches across coal to coal, finally hitting a wood chunk, you know, you don't really get that much control of when that smoke flavor is going directly on to your protein that you're cooking. So there's that. Going from smoking to grilling is kind of a chore. It takes a little bit of time to get that done. So reverse searing things is a little more difficult because you got to pull off the grate, which takes off the food, pull up the basket, get it up higher, closer to the grate level, then get your grate back on. And that sounds really fast, but it's really not. And your meat's going to come down in temperature a little. And so it's just not super easy, super fast for getting that reverse sear going on. So that is some of my dislikes on this one. Next in line is the Longhorn. The Longhorn is awesome when it comes to space. You're able to cook so much on the Longhorn. I mean, you can fit tons of things, multiple briskets, lots of pork butts, a ton of ribs. I mean, or a brisket, some pork butts, and some ribs if you wanted to. It's huge. The Longhorn has the space. It's also number 1 in smoke flavor. So this is going to put out the best smoke flavor out of the 3. And it's fun to cook on. Like, it allows you to be hands-on. Unlike the Bronco, which allows you to be a little hands-on, like put your charcoal in the basket, light a fire, adjust your intake and outtake. I know it's an exhaust. I like to say outtake. So it's a little hands-on, but the Longhorn, you get to like really control that fire. You get to really control when that smoke flavor is going on to the pit, which is awesome. That is like a huge benefit to the Longhorn. I'm a content creator, so I love to take pictures of the Longhorn while it's cooking. The fire, you know, the wood splits, the wood underneath it. It's just old school cooking. It's just awesome looking. So that's another plus for me. Really doesn't have any benefit of cooking. It's just, I like to take pictures of it. It's cool. It has that look. Out of the 3, this puts out the best barbecue. Hands down. Best barbecue comes off of this. It can smoke and grill, but I only smoke on mine. I don't grill on it, but it can do that. Dislikes. It takes all of your attention. When the cook is going, you're by the Longhorn. You're not running off and going to the store and going across town to pick up your kid from school and all of that. It's just not going to happen. Firebox. I wish the firebox was a little bigger and thicker and still. That's one of the downfalls of the Longhorn. It's kind of, I worry about the firebox over time. So far it's held up really good. I've had it for like a year and a half and it still looks really good, but it's one of my worries as time goes on. I think the Bronco is going to last way longer than the Longhorn. I guess that's a pro for the Bronco. Then, last of all, the Rider DLX. This is the Generation 2 Rider DLX. I love it because it's easy to cook on. It has great smoke flavor. It is probably the least smoke flavor of the 3, which is common for pellet grills, but it does have really good smoke flavor. It can smoke and it can grill. It also has a ton of accessories that allow for different things, like the insert pan for, you know, doing some rice on there, or eggs, or bacon, or, you know, all the things that you can cook on the insert pan. It's a great smoker / grill. It does awesome things. It also has a ton of cooking space, especially if you get the Rider DLX 1200. I have the 900. I had the 1200 in Generation 1, and that, if you can, and you're choosing between the pellet smokers, get the 1200. The space is just worth it. 100% worth it. Dislikes. It's a machine. Like I said earlier, I've had pellet smokers and I've had them break down on me and stop working due to electrical errors, mechanical errors, and there's nothing you can do in the middle of that smoke. If your igniter goes out, your igniter goes out. If your fan goes out, your fan goes out. If the auger goes out, your auger goes out, and you're in the middle of a smoke, and now you're taking it to the oven. So there's that downfall for having a pellet grill. This Generation 2 has been amazing, though. I've had no issues with it. It's been wonderful to cook on. My Generation 1, I had some issues. I had quite a few issues with it. And the pellet smokers that I had before it, from other brands, not going to throw them under the bus or nothing, but I had some issues with them as well. This Generation 2 has been steady, rock solid. Absolutely love it. Just realized we got to go into church real quick. AJ, you ready to go into service? All right, let's go. All right, we are out of church. We're home. AJ's getting ready for bed. All the fun things. So let's get back to this. On the Rider DLX, there was one more pro that I forgot to mention, and that is it has the meat probes that you can see the temperature. It's all tied into the smoker. You don't have to buy external meat probes. It's not Wi-Fi compatible, but you can see the temperatures on those on the digital readout on the Rider DLX. So that's cool. So that's one more thing. Now I bet you're ready to know what my favorite smoker is. I mean, that's why you clicked on this video. So, but before I get into that, if you could, out of these three smokers, if kind of the way that I've described them to you, could you go ahead and right now go ahead and go down to the comments and leave me a comment. Let me know which smoker you think you would choose out of the three. What would be the one smoker if you could only have one? Which one would it be? Words are hard. Leave me a link down in the comments. Let me know. And while you're down there, just kind of scroll down and you can leave me some comments. I'm going to talk about one other smoker that has my attention that I don't have, but I'm going to talk about since you're leaving me comments right now. And that is the Oklahoma Joe's Marshall. This thing is pretty sweet. It is charcoal smoker. It's got the charcoal box down in the bottom, and then you can add wood splits or wood chunks in as you're going. So you have a little more control opposed to the Bronco being a charcoal and wood chunk smoker. You have a little more control as to putting those chunks in when you want to add that smoke flavor, and it just gives you just that extra control on the Marshall. So that has me pretty curious. I would love to get my hands on a Marshall and be able to experiment with it. They say that I think the smoke time, the estimated smoke time with a full basket is like 6 hours. I think it's 6 to 8 hours, or was it 4 to 6? I'll leave it on the screen. 6 to 8 or 4 to 6, whatever it is. It's on the screen now. That's what they say it can do. I'm wondering if there's a way to make some more time out of that. I got some theories on that I'd like to test out if I can ever get my hands on one. And so anyways, the Marshall, it could be a cool option for you. So look at that. That may be a good option if you're watching this video trying to figure out which smoker you would choose. So look at the Marshall. I think it'd be a good one. All right, so you're ready to know what it is, right? And I'm ready to tell you, and that is the Bronco. That is what it is. I would choose the Bronco, and the reason why is you saw my day today. It was busy. I had to take AJ to school. You didn't see that part. Go to work. Then I had to go pick up AJ. And we had to go to the bowling and do his bowling league stuff. And then we had to come home, do some homework, and head off to church. And then there's just so many things. And when spring comes, he's going to be playing other sports plus bowling. And so it's going to be lots of nights out of the week going to do all these things. And I don't have time to sit by the fire of an offset and babysit it. I don't really want to just have the pellet smoker, because the drum smoker is just as easy to run as the pellet smoker, guys. I'm telling you, the drum smoker, do not be afraid to manage a fire. If you're looking for drum smoker versus pellet smoker, and you're okay with the size of the drum smoker, now I would choose the pro version of it if it was my only one smoker. But if managing fire worries you, don't worry. The Bronco is super easy to manage. Another thing with the Bronco is there's an accessory with the Bronco that I didn't mention. This is a pro. There's an accessory that you can buy, like Inkbird makes it. There's some other guys that make fans as well, that attach to the smoker and then has an ambient probe on the inside, and you can manage the temperature with this fan. You're not using the little exhaust and intake dampeners. You just put the fan on it and you tell the fan, I want it to run at 225, and it's going to run it at 225. You can go to work. In fact, you don't have to have the fan. You can set the smoker. After about an hour, it's going to settle into place, and you're going to be able to go to work, and it's going to really set at that temp all day long. So that's not a big deal, but the fan allows you to remotely monitor it from your phone, and that is a win. The Rider DLX, it's not Wi-Fi, so those ambient temps, they only matter when you're at home. But on the Bronco, you get this accessory, you can see what's going on, you can cook in the middle of the week. And by the way, I am going to be doing a video during the week, going to work, full day of activities while the Bronco is cooking, and I'm not going to use the fan. So if you want to see that video, again, if you're not subscribed, subscribe, hit that bell so you don't miss any upcoming videos, because there's going to be several. But I think I've rambled on long enough about this. Let me make sure there's nothing else super important I need to tell you. I bet there is. All right. I love living my dad's life. I love doing all the things and being with the family, spending time with my wife, spending time with my son. It's something I love to do, and I don't want barbecue to get in the way of those things. I want it to just kind of enhance and let us eat some amazing food. And so if I could have only one, it'd be the Bronco, hands down. So if you like this video, like the video, hit the like right now. Go hit that like if you liked it. Subscribe and get outside and make some crazy good barbecue.